Sharp Game here, coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. And someone asked me the other day, why do women shame men and manipulate men? Why do women manipulate men and shame men? And that's a good question. I can talk about this shit all day long. You know, today, one of the problems we have in this society is that guys are so damn thirsty for sex that it's pathetic. I never seen anything like this before. And a lot of women use that thirst that guys have for sex to their advantage, because a lot of women, they seek to control the relationship between men and women. They always want to, if you really pay attention to every guy you know that's married or live with a woman, the woman always seek to control the relationship. And the women that can't control or the relationship, or maybe the man is not buying into that shit, they always bump heads all the time if they still together or if they still living together. Because what happens is a real man is not going to be led and pulled around by a woman. Oh, he might take advice from her, information from her, he might learn from her, but he's not going to be led by her. And there's a logical reason for that, but that's a video for another day. And there's a lot of women out here that don't want to be accountable for their own actions. Not only do they not want to be accountable for their own actions, they don't want to be critiqued. They don't want you to say anything about what they've done or said. A lot of times, if you tell a woman something that she's done to offend you, she'll won't even respond to what you said. She'll start talking about something that you've done. There's a lot of women out here like that. They feel like they're untouchable, that they, I guess, better than you on some levels, so they don't feel the need to take responsibility for any of their actions. And a lot of this control, this destroys relationships. You have women that'll use the thirst that guys have to their advantage. They'll take it to the next level too. They'll get married to these guys, and their whole relationship is built upon the thirst of sex that guys have. And what happens, these relationships, they usually go south, because what happens is, once the woman starts getting older, she don't look the way she used to look. And what happens is, the guy, he ain't attracted to her as much as he used to. And that's when the relationship goes south. Now, they might not get a divorce. They might stay in the same household and be sexless. And they'll have to bring another woman in the picture, or he'll just sneak out elsewhere for sex, because that relationship, it didn't have a solid foundation from the get-go. And the woman, she knows that, but at the same time, she'll justify why he ain't shit, or why, she'll play that victim role, like she didn't have anything to, she didn't have anything to do with the way the relationship started off. She'll make it seem like she was all innocent in the beginning. like she had good intentions. And even if you were to ask her questions about how the relationship started off, even if she admits to not having good intentions in the beginning, she's a lot of these women have a hard time seeing how their intentions equated to the result of what happened. They'll just totally forget about what they did, but focus on the result only. And she'll play the victim role and, you know, come up with some old cockamamie story why he's such a bad guy and how much of a good woman she is. You know, there's women out here that's like this, man. It sounds crazy, but they out here. And then you have these women, these same type of women, will go on talk shows. They used to go on talk shows like Oprah, Ricky Lake, on the new shows that's on television now. Or they'll even go on the old network, Oprah network, and they're crying, talking about what the guy done to them. He treated me wrong. He abused me. And they might not even been abused. She might have instigated it, but all the guy might have done is just pushed it out of the way and kept it moving. But she'll be like, hey, he abused me. So she'll come out with she'll get a restraining order and you know, she'll go on talk shows, and then she'll end up getting a book deal. It's a tell-all book talking about what happened in one day. It was one bad incident, but she'll make it seem like she known this guy for 5-10 years, but she only known the guy for what? A couple of months, not even a year. It's a lot of these women that do this because a lot of these women are clever. They know how to hustle the game, hustle the system. And the problem with living in the United States of America, well, probably all these countries by now, is that the government is the biggest pimp in the world. See, the government treats guys like tricks and women like hoes. See, the governments want guys to keep paying their money to big institutions like the justice system or any Fortune 500 company, and they want to exploit women to sell their products and justify why guys have to pay money every month or every 90 days or whatever the case may be. And people are so ignorant, dumb and stupid and ignorant in America, they don't even realize what's going on. That's when you know, and that's real pimping. When you don't see it coming, that's real pimping. That's why I say the government is the biggest pimp in the world. And a lot of women have caught on to this. But a lot of guys are so goddamn thirsty and they're lusting for sex. They'll say and do almost any goddamn thing to get it. So a lot of women, they'll take whatever you give them, but they ain't gonna ever respect you. They'll even get married to these guys, but they ain't ever gonna respect them. And every once in a while, they'll slide out and go fuck with a real guy and show their real feelings. But they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that with a guy that they don't respect. So, you know, keep in mind that the only way a woman can control a guy is through sex. That's her trump card. Today, especially, once you fuck a girl, the average woman walking around today, there's nothing else left. If you really stay around these women, the average woman, after about I don't know, maybe 3 to 6 months, a little bit longer, you're going to realize that y'all have nothing in common. All y'all had together was sex. But outside of sex, shit is bored. Shit is whack. And that sex is going to get old after a while. And that's the truth. And a lot of these women know deep down that they not who they think they are on a core level. That's why they try to use and manipulate guys to the best of their ability, because they know they don't have the swag and the confidence that they claim to be. And a lot of these tactics, shaming tactics, they learn from their mother and through the media. This is why if you meet some women and you say, hey, she might ask you, what are you looking for? You might say, hey, I'm just looking to have a good time and hook up. And they'll be like, oh, you're disrespectful. You're taking advantage of women. But she's doing the same thing. The only reason why she's trying to make you feel bad about sleeping with different women is because you're talking about her, and she don't want to deal with that. She don't want to accept responsibility for that. She wants to justify why she can hold around for 20, 30 years, then find a guy to put a ring on her finger and live happily ever after. It just don't work out like that. You gotta take all those dicks out of your mouth. It just don't work out like that. And then when she doesn't find a guy to get married to, she'll say, well, you know what? Where I'm at, these guys are just not quality guys. That's all. But she never takes a step back and looks in the mirror and say, hey, it could be me. Maybe it's something about me that these guys keep hauling ass after they done smash a couple times. But a lot of guys will try to keep these women around, but a real dude will charge these bitches to the game, because you can't really build anything with these type of women that are control freaks and try to manipulate guys all the time. You can't really do anything major or anything massive with them. You can probably live with them, but it's probably going to be a sexless marriage or relationship, or it's going to be based on sex. I mean, she's going to, hang sex on your head, or the idea of having sex with her. That's going to be that thirst. See, if you don't have that thirst, she's useless. She's nothing. And she'll probably move on because she knows she can't play you like that. She knows you have confidence, standards. So a lot of these women do what they do because they want control, and they don't want to be responsible for their own actions. They're looking to take the cheap way out. And they know the system in most cases is biased, and it's going to back them up, because they always give women the benefit of the doubt, because the government and these public policies are they exploit women to get money from guys, and they use women to sell their products and services. So that's the game in a nutshell. So if you like what you heard, check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, Sharp Game is out. Peace.